The Hamitic peoples are a great people. Responsibly, I say this, we had civilization before the Japhetic people. You may not know that, because when our colonial masters came, they robbed us of our true history, and by that they emasculated us so that we would not know that our fathers were great. The Napoleons of this world broke the nose of the sphinxes, architecture that was built by black men and women. We had streets here in Nigeria, in the Empire of Benin, under Eware the Great, that had wider streets than Holland did at the time, 500 years ago. We had street lights in Eware the Great's kingdom 500 years ago. Your ancestors were greater than today's greatest men. In fact, we were the first to lead civilization. The Hamitic peoples were led by a man who was son or grandson of Lamurudu, Nimrod in the Bible. And he was the first urbanizer developer that the world ever saw. He was a man who started the building of grandeur. Only misfortune, it was unto human aggrandizement and not unto the Lord. His 5 sons were also urbanizers. We started this thing called civilization, and we got it right until we turned to idolatry, and we reaped the curse of idolatry. Now the West is turning to a secular humanism, which is like an idolatry, and it means that we, having faith, must deepen our theology. And having deepened our theology, we must, in an eloquent, articulate, anointed, and capable way, take the gospel back to the nations who brought us the gospel. Don't be mistaken. Europe did not bring us the gospel. The first people to bring us the gospel were the great defendants, the apologetists of Christology and pneumatology. Men like Cyprian, Justin, Augustine of Hippo, and many more. And they covered the whole of North Africa with the gospel to the point that there was nearly 100% Christians in that region. Today, we only number about 5% in that region. And people like me were born and born again to apologize. And by apologize, I mean apologetics. That means defend the faith that was once given to the saints. Because when you come with the gospel, but you also come with imperialism, it dilutes the gospel. And that's what made Africa suffer. It was instrumental to God's punishment for our idolatry. But I believe we've lost centuries. I believe we have lost centuries. And in those centuries, we lost a lot of our civilization, our sense of who we are, our self-worth as Africans. We were devastatingly degraded by the incursion of conquering peoples from Africa and from far afield. And we still have colonialism today. It's called neocolonialism. Any nation that has an army everywhere in the world is neocolonist, whose value in terms of currency is the value that holds, so that when I want to trade with my brothers in Ghana, I have to use another currency other than an African currency. Africans, wake up. My job is to tell you who you are and what you can do.